Dice Tower Tonight, episode 29.
Yay!
It's almost time for Essen.
I'm trying not to do this Essen thing.
Well, I mean, it is, though.
You already did that.
Welcome to Dice Tower Tonight, a video cast about board games and card games, and especially the people who play them. On tonight's show, Tom and I have a few last-minute preparations for Essen. We all talk about some recent plays. We play another of Tom's devious games, and we take your questions live. I'm Eric Summerer, and joining me now, the Matt Eisman and Christine Leahy to my Akbar Bajabiamila, Tom and Crystal.
Hey! I'm Tom.
I'm
Hello?
Crystal.
And I'm Eric. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, what a day. It's a Wednesday.
This has been the longest week of my year. There's between reviewing and things going on at church and home, and I am just glad to not be in a meeting currently.
I mean, this is kind of a meeting, but it's a fun one.
Oh, for me.
Oh, so I'm sure that the whatever game we're playing in a little. Oh, look
Ready!
Oh, man. I always love the anticipation of torture. It'll be great.
The chat is going to be so excited for Eric and I to know nothing about whatever topics you've prepared, Tom.
Did Eric get a haircut? Man, Eric, you look slick today.
I did get a haircut. Thanks for noticing. That was on my list of things to do before Essen. I have to get new shoes and get a haircut. Oh, wow. Is that why you have the raccoon on your head today?
Yeah, I'm ashamed.
Okay.
No, it's just the hat I pulled out of the closet. I like this hat. All right. So, folks, we are talking about games. So we're just going to get right into that. Remember, these games are on their way to Eric and Crystal as we speak. That's a lie. Actually, they're in my hand.
Yeah.
But tomorrow they'll be on their way to you guys.
Okay.
So one of them is good. One of them's okay, actually. The other one is, yeah. Watch my reviews this week.
Can't wait.
Have you guys played anything fun lately?
I have. So I finally got the expansion for one of my favorite games, Sagrada. Ooh. So I know this expansion came out, I think at Gen Con formally, but I had not gotten my hands on it until just a couple of weeks ago. So this expansion allows Sagrada to go for up to 5 to 6 players now instead of just up to 4. It adds some new tool cards. It adds some new private objectives. And it adds a new way to draft dice, which I think is the most interesting part of the expansion. So because it allows for up to 6 players, and in regular Sagrada, you are drafting dice in a snake pattern. If you were playing with 6 players, that means a total of 12 dice would have to get drafted. And that's a lot of time that it would take. So they've added these new little boards that you can add to your regular player board. They have holes in them. I don't know if I can put my hand up so you can actually see what this looks like. But it's a private dice pool that each player gets, and they put it onto their player board. And then you take 2 dice of every color and roll them at the beginning of the game. And then on your turn, you draft from 1 die from the public pool as normal, and then a single die from your private dice pool, and you put both of them on your board. So people are only taking 1 action publicly each round, so it speeds the game up. And then the new tool cards have to do with those private dice pools. So you've got new tool cards, one of which says reroll up to 2 dice in your private pool, and one that says after drafting, swap the drafted die with a die from your private pool. The new objectives are really cool as well. Instead of being color-based, they are pattern-based. So when you are scoring extra points at the end of the game, it's based on the pips of the dice in specific locations on your board rather than dice of a specific color. I like these much better than the original private objectives. Honestly, I think I will probably always play with just these going forward. And it comes with a cool little dice tray, which really doesn't mean anything and doesn't affect anything, but I guess they gave this out as a promo item at some point, and now it's included with the expansion. So that was a cute little ad for that. So yeah, and they obviously comes with more dice and more everything else too. But I really like it. I like the ability to be able to play with up to 6 people, because a lot of people in my game group like Sagrada. So it's nice to not have to exclude people if they want to play. And the thing that speeds the game up is good too. So it gets 2 thumbs up from me. I am digging the expansion for Sagrada.
I heard it's misnamed.
It's misnamed?
Well, it's basically just called 5 to 6 player expansion, which
Yes,
I would never get because I'd be like, I don't care if I play with 5 or 6 people.
Yeah, that is true. It does not have a formal name on the box. It is just 5 to 6 player expansion. Now, if you look at the back, it shows you the new stuff you're getting. It does say like what you're getting. But yeah, if you just saw this box sitting on the shelf, that side there doesn't tell you much of anything about what the new stuff is. And admittedly, I do wish there were more new tool cards because there's only the 2 in the expansion. And I would have liked to see more tool cards, especially because they easily would have fit in here. But that aside, I'm digging the fact that I can play with more people now.
For me, the problem with Sagrada is I like it. It's just that I can't ever think of a time where I'm like, I feel like playing Sagrada and not play role player.
For whatever reason, I own both and do crave each individually at different times. Although I'm one of the rare people that I guess did not super dig the expansion to role player. Okay. Here's the thing. I like the expansion to role player, but not nearly as much as most people because it does the thing that some expansions do, at least for me personally, where it gives you too many things that you want to be doing at one time and you don't know.
Oh, there's too much ice cream. I can't eat it all.
I feel like I either have to focus on fighting the little, what are they, goblins, trolls, whatever, the like little creatures, or buying items. And since you can't do both, like, I don't know, it waters down the game too much for me. I don't dislike it, but I'm not one of the people that loves it. Honestly, base game role player is amazing and I love it. And the expansion didn't like take it to 11 for me. So
that's fair enough.
I think I'd rather play Sagrada than role player.
Well, that's typically for me as well because it's quicker to teach, it's quicker to get into. It's just
Oh, I
got more color.
Both of these guys.
It is more colorful.
Okay, Eric, what do you got?
Well, I actually have a compare and contrast because my son has taken to a certain style of party game lately. We played these both at the recent FallCon convention. He picked both up. He won one in a play to win and asked to buy the other one. The first one is Doodle Rush from Brain Games. It's by Adam Porter. And then the other one is from R&R Games. It's called Cave Paintings.
I just saw people play that the other night.
So both games have a 1-minute timer in which you need to draw 6 different pictures. You have 6 words that you're supposed to draw in a round of the game, and you have 1 minute to do so. So you have to draw pretty simple pictures. In Cave Paintings, you have to hold the marker like a caveman. You can't hold it like normal people. You have to like grasp it in your fist. And
That's how I draw
like this.
all the time.
You got to draw like this. And you have it's all on one big sheet. In Doodle Rush, you have all these little mini easels. In fact, let me grab out a couple of these. So you have a set of 6 of these tiny things with your color on the back. And so you're writing one picture on each of these. And then, there you go. Immediately after the 1-minute timer is done, you go into a guessing round. And everybody looks around the table at everyone's drawings and they start guessing really quickly what they think things are. And if you're correct, you get that picture, that easel in front of you, and that's now a point for you. Of course, you're trying to draw well enough that you get rid of yours, get other people to guess them. After 1 minute of that, then you go into another 1-minute drawing round, and you can amend your drawings. You could totally erase them, start over, you can add things to them. Basically, if people are getting it wrong for some reason, you can revise it and add stuff to it, make it more easier to guess. The object is to get rid of all of your stuff, because at the end of 3 of these rounds, 3 drawing rounds, 3 guessing rounds, you then get points. You get 1 point for every thing that you guessed of someone else's, and you lose 1 point for everything you still have in front of you. So you're just trying to get a positive score, and then other than that, trying to get more than your opponents. It's better with more players because there's more opportunities for scoring these points. But still, I like that revision aspect. The Cave Paintings only goes, or you don't get revisions on your pictures. After you're done drawing, you then show your things, and everybody guesses what they think the answers are. So everyone gets to guess on all the pictures in cave paintings. Whereas with Doodle Rush, whoever is the fastest is going to get the points, yelling out their answers. I almost wish that there was a combination of these two, because I like the opportunity to guess on everyone's pictures in cave paintings. And the frenzy of Doodle Rush is almost too frenetic, because the game lasts 6 minutes, because you do 1 minute, flip the timer, 1 minute, flip the timer, and it's very fast and frenetic. And if you're not paying attention, you're the one flipping the timer, you're still sort of switching gears. People are already yelling and guessing and throwing things around, and you can miss that. Whereas with cave paintings, you have a little bit more of a slow. So yes, Tom, you have a question.
Doodle Rush, the rule book, is it written in stupid English?
Is it written in stupid English? I did not. My son taught me the game. So.
Oh, Doodle Rush? He taught you both of them, or just Doodle Rush?
He taught actually both. It was his turn to run game night when we did this.
I only asked that. Have you read the rule book for the Caveman game?
I have read the rule book for the Caveman game. Yes, it's really like stilted English. Me draw good.
That's funny for like 2 sentences.
Yes.
An entire rule book written in caveman speak is a bad choice, I think.
It is. I mean, the having to grip your pen like this is kind of cool.
You're also supposed to pound the table if people aren't fast enough.
Yes. I mean, both games are fun. I don't think we need to own both. We do right now, and I'll have to convince my son to get rid of one of these. They're both lovely. And I guess whichever your style of play is, I almost wish that we could do the revisions of Doodle Rush with the everyone gets to guess of cave painting.
I mean, theoretically, you just could if you wanted to. And now I want to try cave paintings, because I've played Doodle Rush and I did not like it at all. And that's not to say that the game was bad, but that simultaneously having to focus on doing your own drawings and look at what other people were drawing, that dual mode, my brain was not I would have to focus on what I was drawing or what other people were drawing. I can do 2 things at once sometimes. In this game, not at all.
Right. Yeah, cave paintings the only pressure is that 1 minute of drawing, and then the rest of the time you can more leisurely explain, show off the drawings, guess what they are, listen to everyone else's answers. It's a little closer to, say, Telestrations.
That sounds more
in
my
style of game than Doodle Rush, which is just so intense. Yeah. So I guess pick the one that fits your style better.
All right, I got 3 things. First of all, if you haven't signed up for Dice Tower Con yet, do so now.
Yes, tickets went on sale today at noon.
They're mostly sold out, from what I understand.
Really?
So don't do that. Secondly, I've had an epiphany. My 2 youngest daughters have been playing Pokemon nonstop. All right. They've been asking me every day this week, do you want to play a board game with us? And I'm like, why, certainly. What game do you want to play? And they're like, a game we designed. And I was like, but look at all these published games. I don't play prototypes. You know that.
Oh my gosh, to your daughter.
So I finally all right, Lara, we got to bite the bullet. Let's play this game. So this is how the game works. It's based on Pokemon. In fact, it uses Pokemon cards. So you start with a basic Pokemon. Then each turn, you decide if you would like to get another Pokemon. If so, you go through the book and pick one, and then you will flip a card to see if you get it or not, or you can decide to fight it and have a battle at that point in time. That's one option. The other option is to turn over a card, which actually turns into a mini-map, where you will roll a die and slowly move through this mini-map, fighting along different trainers, each one having their own set of rules, which I wasn't quite sure on, but I was consistently reminded of this. And I thought, you know what? I need to stop playing kids' games with these guys. So I'm gonna start playing Euro games with them and see how that works.
Yeah. I've had similar experiences with my son, often with Pokemon related designs of his. And sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and have that adventure. We've been doing that with Heroescape, actually, and trying to scale back his desire to play with the pieces and make up his own rules, and actually teaching him the rules to Heroescape.
But this is the game I want to talk about. All right, I don't have the game on me, but I have the app, and this game needs an app. Let's see if I can find the app. Where is it? There it is. I love this game.
Oh.
Chronicles of Crime. Now, here's the deal, and I feel so bad for Ignacy. I like detective a lot, but Chronicles of Crime is my jam. Chronicles of Crime is this game that it's a box that comes with a whole bunch of characters and different cards and they all have QR codes on them. And then you pick a scenario, and that scenario will say, oh, this woman was found dead in this field or whatever. So there's a field, there's a picture of the woman. You have these 4 different people that are split between the characters. There's a forensic scientist, a doctor, like an autopsy doctor, a hacker, and a psychologist. And you can have the psychologist look at the body. And what you do is you click the QR code of the psychologist, and then you click the body, and then they might tell you something about it. Or you might go to a location, and it will say, do you want to look at the location? And then your camera turns into a VR thing, and you look around. And if you see an item, you can scan. There's a whole deck of different items. You can say, is there an electronic item? It'll be like, yes, there's a computer there or a cell phone on the ground. And you can find items, and then it might point you to other people in other locations. And as this grid grows, I might meet this person, and that person will say, do you have a question? And I'll say, what about this girl? Have you ever seen this girl? They're like, no, I've never seen her before. I'll click on this man. They'll be like, yeah, okay. We meet at a bar every night, but it's just a physical thing. It's not an actual, don't tell my wife. And the combinations grow, and you can constantly use your 4 characters, like your psychologist and your hacker. Every time you click a QR code or anything, it adds a little bit of time, and that's going to affect your final score. But it is amazing how this grows, and there's even timed events. Like, for example, this is not something real that happens, but I might talk to a suspect and then later come back and find that that suspect went to a different location, or they were murdered. Or, we'll be talking to somebody and then we'll go somewhere else and they'll say something. I'm like, wait a minute, that person lied to us earlier. They said they didn't know that person. They definitely knew that person. And it's like we're playing an episode of Law and Order. And it's not complicated at all. You are just scanning QR code after QR code. And because the game is in the app, the same characters, like I played one scenario and one guy was a bartender in one app and he was like a CD art dealer in another app. Some of the same people might show up, but they're different in each scenario.
That is like Law and Order, because you see the same bit character actors show up.
That's true. So in the app, the characters, is this animated or is it real people then? Or
no, it just shows their picture and then there's a lot of text. So we just read it out loud, and this is what this guy says. And if they talk about another person, they'll say, Mrs. Maud is my housekeeper. And then we'll say 39. So I look through the deck of cards. There's card 39. That's the housekeeper. So I think there's like a deck of 60. I guess there could be 60 different characters. And once you think you solved it, you go back to Scotland Yard. They'll ask you who the murderer is. And then you scan the QR code of the person you think's the murderer. Why did they commit the murder? So, money, I'll scan the money or whatever. I don't know what and then they'll tell you if you got it right or wrong, and you'll get a final score. And man, it's like those old point and click adventures.
Oh,
on a computer, right? It's like,
yeah.
Why don't we ask this person if they know this person? And or why don't we ask this person about the money? It's so good, and it's so easy. Look, I like detective, but detective requires you to search on the internet, and it's hard, and it's big and complex. And the story is so good.
This feels like, so I have a list of games that I would like to design at some point in the future, which I'll probably never get around to. But on that list, I think that there should exist a Zork board game. Obviously it was a text adventure originally in the 80s or whatever. And then Zork, the computer games kind of grew and eventually turned into stuff that was more similar to Myst or Riven, games like that, where it was more picture-based. But what you're describing sounds like it would work for something like that, if it's kind of point-and-click adventure. But you could almost combine it with escape room aspects and have puzzle solving be part of it too. If you married this with an escape room board game, you'd have Zork, the board game, basically.
Sure, but let's talk about what actually exists. So some people are saying, do you need the board game at all? I guess you don't, but the fact of the matter is that it's not all on the app. You have these cards, and it would be kind of hard to be constantly swiping through the app to look at all the different cards that you have. Because at any point you might have 6 locations and 20 pieces of evidence and 10 different characters. And when they're spread out all over the table and you're looking at them and how they work together, and you'll be like, what about this? And you couldn't do that if it was all on the app. I would have to be constantly scrolling through the app. I also think even though the game goes from 2 to 4 players, I played it with 4 the first time. With 2, it felt much better. I guess I could do it solo, but I don't want to. I want to talk to someone else and they'll say, what about this? You're like, oh, you're right. But with 4, it did feel like sometimes one of the people was not necessarily as invested.
What's the subject matter like as far as a minimum age you'd recommend for this game?
So far, the worst things that is murder, right? But it's more like, well, no, there's been drug use, I guess. Like they mentioned that some people have been drug addicts.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been mentions of affairs, I guess, but it's not like R-rated. I would say it's PG-13 maybe, but I don't know if it's even that strong. But I don't know that I would play it with young kids. But I think older kids, so far, I haven't found anything that I thought was incredibly inappropriate for kids.
Yeah. Do you know what it says on the box?
I don't have the box with me right now. But man, I'm dying. I was so annoyed because me and Jason were playing it, and we got there, and we were like we were trying to do this case, and then my phone battery started dying. And we're like, ah! However, it saves your game.
Nice.
So we'll go back and finish it another time. And the box has a way to save all the cards from that game. So we'll just go back and finish it. But I am really jonesing to play this with my wife because it does have that same thing as an escape room. But the theme is really strong. The theme is really good. I mean, please, I'll sit there and go, wait a minute. Those two are having an affair, but then you'll find out later on, yeah, they were having an affair, but you know what? That has nothing to do with what's going on.
Right.
And that's fine, right? It's just kind of just trying to figure it out. There's a little tutorial scenario, which is nice. It kind of teaches you and walks you through how to scan stuff and go through stuff. And then there's, I think, 5 cases that come with the game. 3 of them are related, like they go in an order. And then you can buy more on the app, more cases. And I think you can also buy more, that there might be more expansions that then give you free app. I'm not sure how that all works. I'm going to have to talk to them in person at Essen.
Well, thanks a lot, Tom. You've added another game to my I must check this out list.
I am so excited about this one. It is so much fun. It gives me that escape. You know what this one does? It's another notch in the beat down the time stories thing. Because escape rooms were already like knocking time story off its pedestal. This is another one that moves up there, but I really like it. It's so much fun. All right. Time for the game. All right. No, this one's not so bad. Okay, but this one's a little bit different.
Did you say that last week? I'm pretty sure.
So.
Well, last week I was easy questions, and you guys did very well. So what I'm going to do for this one is, in this one, you're going to get points, and you guys at home can play along too. I'm going to ask some questions that were asked of people on surveys, and you're trying to pick the answer that got the most answers, that has the highest percentage. So it's a little bit like Price is Right, except I'm telling you all the answers. Because on these surveys, it was the same thing. They would give them these choices, and they would tell them to pick one. So you're just trying to pick the one that was picked the most. That's pretty easy, right?
Sure.
No. There's no trickery here, actually. So today's theme is school and shopping. So we're going to start with school. This was asked to a variety of random students from, I think, 5th grade to seniors in high school. So they went and asked these kids a bunch of questions about school. And so the first question, and Eric, you get one choice. You'll get to go first. Crystal, you go second, and we'll switch back and forth. You are allowed to pick the same choice as the person that you are playing against.
Oh, okay.
So if we just pick the same thing throughout, we'll tie.
You will now change it. You may not pick the same answer as the other person.
Oh man, if we had known this was coming and could have done that like without telling him, I
would have changed it after question 2,
I know, but the look on your face would have been worth it.
All right. So who did I say is going first?
Me.
You said Eric.
All right. So the first question, this is for the students. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions from them. On a typical week, how often are you home alone after school? So they gave them these options: all 5 days, 3 to 4 days, 1 or 2 days, never, or I don't know. So 5 days, 3 to 4 days, 1 or 2 days a week, never, or I don't know.
I will say never.
Okay. Crystal, you can't pick never.
I'm going to say 1 to 2 days.
All right, 1 to 2 days. So here's the answers. 5 days was 13%. Oh, I'm sorry. I should start with the lowest. I don't know was 1%. Those kids need some help. All 5 days was 13%. 3 to 4 was 16%. Never was 35%, and 1 or 2 was 36%.
Oh,
that's okay. Crystal's only winning by 1 point. It's 35 to 36. You get the percentage points that they are.
Okay. Good.
All right. So they asked these kids, why do kids your age get in trouble? These were the 5 options they gave them. Never get in trouble. I don't know. They're bored and have too much free time. Parents aren't paying attention to them. And they don't know right from wrong.
So I go first this time?
That's correct.
All right. I'm going to say parents aren't paying attention to them.
All right. Eric?
I'm going to say I don't know is the most popular answer.
All right. So the lowest answer was never, 2%, tied with I don't know, 2%. So Eric gets 2 points.
Yay.
Then 11% say don't know right from wrong. 39% said parents aren't paying attention. And the number one answer is there's bored and too much free time. Our total
bored part sounded good, but too much free time didn't seem like a thing a kid would pick. So that's right.
So Eric currently has 37 points. Crystal has 75.
That was quick.
Now,
I mean, the one question and it turns. So
here's how these next 4 questions work. It's a yes or no question. Eric, you'll pick one, but Crystal gets the other points. And these is out of 100. Okay.
Yeah.
So they asked each of these students, do you get regular tutoring or extra preparatory classes? Yes or no? You get to pick one of these, Eric.
No.
No. That's 70 points for Eric, 30 for Crystal. All right, Crystal, this one's for you. Do you do volunteer work?
No.
No, that's 40 points for Crystal and 60 for Eric, bringing our totals to 167 for Eric to 145 to Crystal. All right. Do you play sports, Eric?
Yes.
That's 66 for Eric and 34 for Crystal. Do you do extracurricular activities?
Yes.
That's 62 for Crystal and 38 for Eric. 261 for Eric right now. 241 for Crystal. It's very close. Let's switch to a different survey. This one was talked to people who were going back to college, or more specifically, to their parents going back to college.
Wait, what?
To their parents who were paying for them to go back to college.
Okay.
All right. So they talked about when buying stuff each year for their kids going back to college, how much money was spent in total by these parents surveyed? I think they surveyed thousands of parents and did this. So in billions, this is going to be of a percentage wheel, which was the most money spent on. Here are the categories for people going to college: electronic gadgets / digital subscriptions, college supplies, computers and hardware, clothing and accessories, dorm furniture and supplies for the dorm room, or household appliances and supplies for the household. So once again, your choices are electronic gadgets / digital subscriptions, just general college supplies, computers and hardware, clothing and accessories, dorm furniture and supplies for the dorm, or household appliances and supplies. And who's first this time? It is Eric.
I'm going to go with the computers and hardware.
All right. Crystal.
That being the case, I'm going to go with dorm furniture.
All right. So $2.2 billion was spent on electronic gadgets and digital subscriptions. $8.2 billion, this is the highest one, was spent on just general college supplies. $4.4 billion, which is 44 points for Eric, was computers and hardware. Which one did you say, Crystal? Oh, dorm furniture.
Dorm furniture, yeah.
$4.2 billion was spent on clothing and accessories. Dorm furniture and supplies, 3.5, so 35 points for Crystal. And household appliances and supplies, $3 billion. All right, next one. When did you start buying or buy the stuff that you need for college? These were their options. Earlier than July, early July, late July, early August, late August, or September. When do most people buy their stuff they need for the next college year? Earlier than July, early July, late July, early August, late August, or September.
That's tough because earlier than July is a wider range, but I feel like most people don't buy it that early. I'm going to go late July.
All right. Eric?
Late August, procrastinators, the week before.
Oh, actually, late August is when college is starting.
Right.
All right. Earlier than July, 17%. Early July, 22%. Late July, 29%. 29 points for Crystal. Early August, 25%. Late August, 5%. And September, 2%. All right, so Eric got 8 points there. All right, let's add up our scores. 13, 10, 11. Eric has 313.
Close the
and
gap.
Crystal has 305. You're 8 points behind. All right, where is most money spent when buying stuff for college? So here are your options. Bookstores on campus, online stores that are online only, dollar stores, office supply stores, bookstores off campus, or fashion and apparel stores.
Online.
Darn it! Well, something just happened with my dog downstairs. Sorry. I don't
Oh, I thought that was you yelling.
No.
She was really upset about my answer.
I don't know what happened. That was the answer I would have chosen. That being the case, I'm going to say fashion and apparel.
Fashion and apparel. All right. Fashion and apparel was 29%. Bookstores off campus, 27%. Office supply, 30%. Dollar stores, 32%. By the way, these are percentages of how many people said they actually go there. So it wasn't percentages of a whole.
Right.
Online only, Eric, 51%.
Whoa.
And bookstores on campus, 61%.
Whoa.
All right.
That's unexpected.
Let's jump to holiday shopping. This has nothing to do with college now, just general holiday shopping. Specifically, we're talking Christmas, right? When do you start your holiday shopping? This is a percentage of people out of 100. Each one of these out of 100. In September, October, November or early November, Black Friday, or December. This is not when you finish shopping. When do you start your Christmas shopping? September or earlier, October, November, Black Friday, or December?
Oh, that's...
Yeah, that's you first, right?
Yeah. I'm going Black Friday.
All right, Black Friday.
Oh boy. So do I go before or right after that? I think more people wait till December. They avoid Black Friday and they just go straight for.
I would have gone early November next, so I'm curious now.
All right, so September, 22.51%. October, 18.2%. November, 24.48%. Black Friday, 18.95%. And December, 15.85%.
Oh.
Eric picked the lowest answer. All right. When do you finish your Christmas shopping? Now, they asked this to people in September of 2018. So what percentage said, I'm done? What percentage said, I'll finish in November? What percentage said, I'll finish the weekend of Black Friday, Cyber Monday? What percentage said, I'll finish by mid-December? And what percentage said, we'll finish the week of Christmas?
Oh, I think the week of Christmas is going to be the winner.
All right.
I'm going to go mid-December.
Mid-December. All right. The number of percentage of people said they were done in September was 5%. And I'm willing to guess 4% of them were lying. November, 12.5%. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, 17.5%. Mid-December, 48.5%. And the week of Christmas, 15.6%.
Oh.
Well, that was a nice comeback there. Let's see.
Yeah, but I was pretty far behind, I think. I didn't hear how many points I got from the one earlier because I was checking on the dog, but I think I'm still behind.
You are not. You are
What?
400. Eric is 394. You are 6 points ahead.
What?
We have 2 questions left. All right. What do people look for when online shopping? These are things, what percentage of people, this is the most important perk for them from an online shopping experience? Easy returns, discounts, price matching, free shipping, coupons, or free layaway.
This is Crystal's first go.
No, it's you, I think, isn't it?
No, Crystal, you are first because he said week of Christmas first last time, I remember.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say discounts.
Discounts? All right. Eric?
Free shipping.
Free shipping. All right. The last answer for this one was free layaways, 5%. Then easy returns, 12%. Then discounts, 13%.
What?
Price matching, 14%. Coupons, 18%. And free shipping, 38%. You are a gamer.
Okay. But like the free shipping to me is like the icing on top of the cake. And the cake is made up of the significant discount you get for ordering the thing online.
Yeah, but icing is amazing.
Do you know how many people buy from Cool Stuff up to $100 because they get the free shipping? It's ridiculous. All right.
So what's interesting, like I just won't order from Cool Stuff until I have $100 of things that I actually want to
We
buy.
don't got time for that kind of self-control. All right. All right, last question here. Crystal, you still got a chance.
Oh no.
What are your biggest influences when shopping online? Is it quality of the product, social media, reviews, the lowest price, retailer reputation, or my friends' opinions? These are what people gave as their reasons.
I will go with reviews.
Okay.
That is what I was leaning toward as well. So I'm going to go with the lowest price instead.
All right.
For the record, though, reviews, I think it's a good answer.
The number one answer in this category was quality, 44%. The lowest answer was social media. So take that, Twitter, 6%. Reviews, 31%. Lowest price, 36%.
Oh, no.
Wait, how close were we? I don't...
Retailer reputation, 16%. And friends' opinions, who needs those?
I think Eric's
14%.
the one. I can't do math in my head.
Eric's final score, 463 points. Crystal, 449.
Eric wins!
Good game.
Well, thank you. I thought that was something different than what we
I
normally
liked
do.
it.
It's very exciting.
All right. Well, let's get to the games. We don't have much time here, so I'm going to start going through these. They're all small games today, so we're going to start by looking at the box. If you've already played one of these games, tough. I'm not taking it out.
Ah.
All right. So first game is Nimble. This game here is from Stronghold Games, and in this one, there are cards on the back that you have different colors on the outside and inside. You'll be trying to. It's a card shedding game, so like a ladder climbing game, which has some really beautiful artwork on the box, and I won't give any inside information at that. You don't see any more of that inside the game, but who knows? Next one, Movable Type, the card game, as opposed to Movable Type, the board game, I guess, or the movie. This is an award-winning card game. I apologize, I did not know that. It combines a classic feel with modern rules, card drafting styles, and an unusual victory mechanic. The winner won't necessarily be the player with the best vocabulary. All players are in the running until the final word is played. It takes, this is second edition. It takes everything that fans loved about the original game and expands upon it. Have you guys heard of this?
I have heard of it, but I have not played it.
There's what I can see on the back of the box. That's movable type. Third game, Mesozoic. This is from Z-Man Games. The Age of Dinosaurs is back. You can make a zoo. 3 rounds to draft exciting attractions and slide them into place. Looks like you're sliding cards, around and halfway into place in this to make attractions.
Neat.
The designer of this is Florian Fay. All right, next one. Word Slam Family. So this looks like it's Word Slam crunched up into a tiny box. In fact, you can see they're using the box as the shields between the players. Is that too small? We'll find out. Get a life, Eric. This is from R&R Games. I think Frank's son came up to me. He's like, "Do you have a life?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Are you sure?" he really wanted to give me this game. He was like, "Then get a life." I was like, "Well, I already said I have one." But anyway,
it's got to work on the setup.
This is a party game where your friends will put together the best or worst new lifestyle tailored just for you. They're going to put together 5 cards, and then you're going to pick the best lifestyle and the worst lifestyle. Picking a companion, accommodation, occupation. I've played this. I played this with Frank at Origins one time. Okay, anyway, but you haven't. So get a life. There's the cards in the back of the box. All right, next. Origami, a game by Christian Jia. This is from DV Jochi. If you look, you can see the artwork on the cards there, like origami. Aww. And this, you are fighting against the greatest origami masters. It's a fast, fun card game. You don't need to fold paper, but you can make your very own first player origami structure. What does that mean? Well, you need to collect folds to play origami cards to then score points. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So they don't include a first player token. There's just a sheet of paper that you can fold into whatever you want to be.
Is that true?
That's my guess.
Oh, okay.
Prediction.
Finally, we have Weave. Storytelling redefined.
Ooh.
All right. This says you can download a free app now and start building worlds. It's a 21st century storytelling platform for everyone. With just 2 decks of cards and a handful of dice, you and your friends can create adventures in any genre, from sci-fi to high school comedy.
Ooh. When
combined with the free companion app, it provides all the power you'll need to discover new worlds, imagine amazing characters, and save your stories online in minutes.
It's an RPG, mostly, kind of. It's more RPG than board game. I have not played it, but I've heard a lot of very good things about it. So
are you trying to sway the audience here? All right.
Gosh, so I know if I say anything, they're just going to ruin it, but I've heard really good things about Weave.
All right. Well, did you make the
ruin it?
Picked some good stuff this time.
Crystal, did you make the survey?
Yep, I'm putting the link in the thing right now. So if you want to go into our, oh man, chat, please just
don't tell them anything. All right. Start voting on the poll. So, by the way, the one you're voting for is the one we're getting rid of.
Yeah, which game should we eliminate?
I like how the votes are going down. And like people changing their minds. They're like,
no,
no. I'm watching it. The vote one went down to 0.
Oh, maybe.
I guess you could change your vote. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you can change it, I guess.
Wow. Okay, this is interesting. Oh, by the way, who's getting rid of this? I need to count backwards here. So first is...
I think I have the first round, right?
And then we get rid of a game, and then second round... Yeah, yes, you get rid of the first one, Eric. All right. All right, well, I'm shutting this down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get a Life is out.
Good job, Chad. You're the best.
All right, Eric, what's in?
Well, I mean, I'm really swayed by the cover art on movable type, but I think I'm going to let that one go.
Ah, boo.
Was anyone really pulling for movable type?
I mean, it was not my first or second choice, but it may have been my third.
Okay.
All right. Here are the remaining ones. Mesozoic. So we're going to open these up and kind of look and see what's inside the box, which is, I'm assuming in most of these cases, a deck of cards. Mesozoic starts with a bunch of scoring sheets, a timer. That always concerns me slightly. Well, you guys should see the Fireball Island. It's a really cool game. All right. And what looks like half cards. Here's the top half, and here's the bottom half. Gotta say, the artwork on this is pretty cool. And on the back, look, it's how do you say this? Topiary? Correct? I don't know.
Yeah, topiary.
Topiary, sorry. So, yep. Ooh, man, I have to say, I'm really loving the artwork on these. I wonder if there's like a, oh, look, there's even like monorail cards that look like you can put these together.
Monorail.
Every time.
Wow, there's a lot of monorail cards. Looks like here's where you go to buy your stuffed animals at the park. And here is popcorn and other stuff. All right, that's pretty interesting. So there's 2 decks of cards. It's just 2 decks of cards and a timer. So that's kind of intriguing. I can't get this pack of cards open. All right. That's a person in the park, I guess. I don't know. This deck is almost identical to the first deck. Okay, cool. That's Mesozoic. Cards and a dinosaur zoo. Next one, Nimble. Nimble is that game about fairy tales. We saw this game at the Gamma Trade Show, I believe. They were demoing it. It's been a long time coming. Actually, I think this one might have been out at Gen Con. I'm not. The cards look like this. I think if you look really close at the cards, you can see like some fairy tale stuff and their clocks, but this is literally what the deck looks like. Now, I don't know if the game is good or not. I personally found that a little disappointing after this really cool cover. Because this looks amazing.
Maybe if you just lay all those dots out on the table and then step way back, it makes that picture.
That's a 90s throwback.
Like pointillism.
That's Nimble. All right, Origami. Now, this one I have to say I'm a little intrigued by, but I don't know what's inside it. You think there's that square sheet of paper? Was Eric right? Let's find out.
Ha ha ha! I told you.
I am impressed. I got to see in the rules now if that's actually a thing.
You aren't supposed to do the rules yet.
I know, but I'm just looking for that one thing.
There you go.
All right. Eric called it. We got to give him props for that.
It's your night, Eric.
Yeah, I'm on a roll. Everything's coming up Millhouse.
I would like to get through one episode without a Doctor Who or a Simpsons reference.
The new Doctor was so great.
She's wonderful, and I wasn't even going to talk about her, but now that Tom's brought it up.
Some of us only have streaming, and we have to wait. All right.
Some of us also only have streaming, but find other means to watch certain shows when necessary.
Some of us obey the law of the land. All right. There's a chick. A parrot. A dove. I gotta say, I love this artwork. I love this paper type artwork. I don't know why. I just like it. A vulture. An eagle. A dog. A origami spider, which seems like a horrific thing to do. Today, kids, we're going to learn how to fold a spider. Can we smash it when we're done, teacher, please? Why would we smash one of God's creations? Because it's a spider.
Sounds like a conversation you've had before.
Yeah, maybe. Ooh, I like the monkey. Monkey.
Neat.
And minnow and dolphin and squid and whale. And oh my goodness, some of these are very. That's cool. All right. I don't know anything about the game, but it comes with a yellow sheet of paper and some origami cards.
So after you fold up into the first player token, does it still fit into the box?
I would guess it probably does. All right, Word Slam family. This is probably going to be the most obvious one here for if you played Word Slam before. Well, let's look. Wow. There is way more stuff in here than I imagined. 2 decks of these cards, plus a whole deck. I mean, this looks like almost as much content as the original game, just shrunk down into, as Ryan Sturm would say, hobbit-sized cards. That's like his contribution, I think, to society. I remember that one segment he did. So here they are, like websites, social media. Oh, I guess some of these.
Oh, there's 2
Some
words.
of these cards have 2 words. Above and below. Ryan Lockett's currently suing.
That one card.
Good and bad. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Amy
cool,
Murphy.
though. Because a lot of times you're looking for a specific word in Word
Brown.
Slam.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
Huh.
Okay, so it looks like there's 2 identical decks, I'm guessing, for the 2 teams. And then the words you can see mammoth, wolf, tick, bear, goblin, fairy. All right, that's kind of cool. So that's Word Slam family.
I don't think you've ever chosen a group of games that I was like really excited about multiples of them. And it's happening.
It's all happening.
Oh,
I'm so nervous they're going to get rid of ones I want.
you know the really good games we don't bring to this show.
I think you've accidentally picked some gems.
Accidentally.
Yeah, gems, but not like priceless gems. All right, here we are at Weave, the Tortoise, the Dawn. I feel like I'm playing some sort of tarot here. The Owl. Eric. Okay, this is serious. I was going to randomly pick some cards for you. So we'll start with the Gallows.
Oh, no.
The River, and the Coin. That means you're going to find money in the river, and then they're going to hang you because you're a thief.
That's
This
not
isn't dark
good.
at all.
Yeah, this took a
All right,
turn.
so where's mine?
Stone Challenge. That's actually much lighter than my original thought. All right, Gale Challenge. I don't know. There's just different challenges. This is a deck of challenges. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not showing you these really cool custom dice, and these really are great dice. Ooh. And there's 6 of them. All right. So let's get that survey together. What? It's already ready?
Of course it is.
She already knew what the selections were, so
Come on now. I might have. Yeah, okay, so next time I'm adding a game that's getting a bye in the first round.
You're just going to throw me off, and I'll have to make a new straw poll.
All right. Straw poll is live. Vote for the one you want out. Let's see if the second one with most votes last time gets kicked out. But I think opening these up is going to put one at a disadvantage, and I was correct. Interesting. I think, though, that you guys are, at least one of you is going to get a good game.
at least.
I mean, I would say that's likely.
Interesting. Well, at this point, we can clearly see that it's down between 2 games.
Yep.
And which one of those? Oh, it's so close.
No,
Ooh,
stop
neck
me.
and neck.
No.
Hi. Why do you care if either one of these games loses?
Because one of them is one of the ones I want really bad.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, don't. Chat.
I don't even know which one you want, so I have like no preference here. All right. In 5, 4,
Somebody else vote quickly.
3,
Vote.
2. Come on now. Someone has to break this
It's a
tie.
tie.
1, done. Nimble's out.
Yes. Okay. You know what, chat? Whatever. I love you, chat. I do. I love Word Slam, and I don't own a copy of the regular game. And so if I had the opportunity to see a new version of it and just own any Word Slam,
All
or
right, so if I'm understanding this correctly, Crystal's choice is Word Slam because that's what you just said.
no,
So,
I'd be fine with Weave also.
well, you have to pick one to
You have to
eliminate.
pick one to eliminate, though.
Oh, I have to eliminate one. Mesozoic. Bye.
Oh, Eric. She toyed with you, Eric.
Wait, what? He wanted Mesozoic?
No, it's fine. Although it is interesting because my son really enjoys his play of Word Slam, and I don't have a copy of that either.
I'm okay with Weave too, for the record. I won't be mad. I want two good options at the end so we both get something lovely.
There we go.
Is it just me, or do I think all three of these are good options? I think the origami game sounds pretty cool.
It does look okay, yeah.
All right, so in origami, you are going to have these cards. And so if you look at this card here, so here's a card. It has a lot of things on it. It's going to need a certain number of points. It's going to need a certain number of folds at the top. So this one needs 3 folds. And then has an illustration and an effect that you'll do. And then it tells you how many in this game. So there's 2 spiders in the game. And you're going to draw cards. And basically, it looks like you're playing some of these cards as folds to put other cards in play. And then to get these cards out. And then each card is going to be worth different amounts of points at the end of the game based on, or they give you like the spider here lets you draw from the draw line cards that are worth exactly 6 folds. So there's like a draw line of cards in the middle of the table. Or like the caterpillar, you can discard this caterpillar to replace it with a butterfly from your hand. That's thematic. Or the monkey, discard 1 card to draw 2 cards from the deck. That's an instant effect. So that's what this game does. It looks like it's a kind of a set collection style game. And I don't care what you guys pick. I'm reviewing that one.
It looks neat.
Weave. Now, I literally know nothing about. I'm not a big fan of this box, but whatever. Weave. Where's the rules?
There are no rules. They're in the app.
Oh, really? Yep. All right. I guess there's no rules in here. I have to download the app. Boo to that. Boo to that. Have some written rules in the box. Good thing I'm not voting. For all I know, this is tarot. No, you got to have some rules in the box, period.
Yeah, like what if the net's down while you're trying to read rules? You're trying to read on a plane or something.
Yeah, you know what? That's right. We should eliminate. No, that doesn't work. I was trying to spin it backwards, but I can't.
All right, so Word Slam. We've already opened these and looked at these. If you don't know what Word Slam is, and
I say word, you say slam. Word.
Slam.
Word.
Slam.
I hate them both. All right. So if you never played Word Slam, you're picking the 2 teams, and then each team, someone's a storyteller, and they're trying to get you to guess words by using these cards. So they'll put these cards there, and you're guessing the clue based on the words that they have. However, there's 2 teams, and both teams are trying to get their teammates to pick the same word. So listening to what the other people are guessing might help me out sometime. And then you're going to use the 2 halves of the box, which come with this nice, see how that's made to stand in between everybody? That's kind of cool. And yeah, there's 105 story word cards. That's a lot of, is that how many were in the original game?
I'm not sure.
That seems like at least as many. I don't know if they'll be able to spread them all out on the table. That's a lot of cards because some people play with them all spread out on the table. But you can't do anything else. You can only use these word cards. And you're just going to lay them out in front of you in an order, and hopefully that order will help people figure out what they are. So that's Word Slam family. We have 3 choices here. Chad is going to eliminate 1. The straw poll is already ready. It was probably ready a long time ago when I wasn't paying attention. And here is it. You're going to be voting out Word Slam family, origami, or weave.
People in the chat are laughing at Crystal's attempts to manipulate the voting.
I think they were laughing at me just manipulating you all in general, like making you say the word slam. Because you're a nice person and you can't leave me hanging, and I appreciate that.
I love this show.
I like belonging.
Well, this is one of the more enjoyable votes I've seen. In the history of this, I can't say how satisfied I am right now.
For the record, Tom, if nobody else at HQ claims Word Slam family and you need somewhere to just send it along with another game that you're mailing me, I would be okay if it showed up.
if there was another game you were going to send anytime
Like
soon.
Ruthless, for instance, or maybe this one here.
That's the most backhanded begging I've heard in a while.
I don't beg for almost anything, for the record.
All right. Well, sadly,
Word Slam family is gone. It's fine.
look at my tears. Word Sam family is gone.
I mean, granted, as far as the chat's concerned, they know how Word Slam's going to work. It's probably not that different from regular Word Slam. So as a review request, it doesn't have that much of a...
Well, that's what Crystal gets for getting rid of Mesozoic, which was my choice. All right. Eric, congratulations. Do you want weave or origami?
At the risk of disappointing Crystal, I think weave looks more interesting. Origami looks cool as well, but weave fascinates me. I'm going to go with weave.
Womp womp.
That means I have to review this.
You have to review both of these.
I know, but I'm excited about this one.
Weave is an RPG, and it's a really simplified RPG system. Like it's not.
I'm getting tired of really simplified RPG systems. There's enough of them out there. I got Untold Adventures. I just bought a whole pile of dice for Untold Adventures, Eric. Like the different
the Rory Story Cubes.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of the Rory Story Cubes because I got tired of using those same 9 dice.
Oh, sure. I've got a whole bunch of sets in my copy. Batman, Doctor Who, a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab like 9 random dice. I don't care if they work together or not.
Yes. The only problem with the theme sets of the story cubes is that you have to almost get the answer key for them. Like if you have the Scooby-Doo set, you have to know what those symbols are intended to be.
No, you make up what they are.
I guess.
I actually didn't get any of those theme sets. I got like the fantasy set, the action set. I was trying to think of a sci-fi set because the sci-fi really works. My kids end up doing sci-fi stories almost every time anyway.
Right.
Or superpowers or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, Untold Adventures is great. All right. Well, boy, that hour went by super fast.
It did.
Sure did.
So Essen's coming up, and I'm only talking about a little bit because only 2 of the 3 of us are going.
Yoink.
Well, it's a lot of work to go.
It is.
And admittedly, I live on the side of the country that's even more far away from Europe. And also, I just joined the Dice Tower team formally in July. So obviously, planning for Essen had already been done at that point. What? You said, okay, he's going to throw me under the bus. For the record, I would not have been able to go this year, even if Tom had offered to bring me along with the crew. Maybe in the future. I would love to go to Essen. My only experience in Germany was flying into Frankfurt and flying right back out again. So I've never really been in Germany, and I would love to go. Eventually.
She said she didn't beg for anything.
I didn't.
So first she asked, you know what? You can have the game.
Consolation prize for not going to Essen.
Between Essen and Word Slam, I guess we'll give her Word Slam.
There's a small price point difference there. I'm looking forward to Essen a lot, but I will say that I look forward to it with some trepidation because it is very tiring and very busy. It's going to be what it is. But
yeah, it's a gauntlet for sure. You know, there's a lot to do. There's the whole extra pressure of the travel and the acclimation of the time zone and just it's a lot, but it's also very, very exciting. It's almost like a party, an international camp feel to the whole thing. I really like it.
It does do things I've never seen at a convention in America that you could not do. For example, at the end of Thursday night, I think, after the fair shuts down, the Repos booth fences off their booth area and just starts serving alcoholic beverages.
Yes.
And having a party. I can't even imagine that happening in America. There'd be so many laws broken.
Nope. Yeah, no, that does not happen in the U.S. But it seems like a lot of the larger publishers do this sort of thing. I think they get special permission because I remember getting kicked out of our section of the hall.
No. I get that they get special permission. I'm saying in America, even special permission is not going to get that done.
Right.
Not to mention, like in like one row, there might even be a bar in the middle.
Yes.
I just thought that was always so fascinating. Like
or a place that serves mead.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it. Our next show in 2 weeks is on Halloween. If we do it, it will be a little bit later because some of us have to hand out candy.
Yes.
Which is funny because then it will be prime candy handing out time for me, but I can just turn the porch light off. It's fine.
Yeah, who cares about those kids?
Man, this West Coast stuff sucks.
Yeah, that whole side of the country is just terrible.
Horrible, man. Why would anybody live here at all? It's not like we have nice weather most of the year and no hurricanes. And
Hey, we didn't have any hurricanes this year. Well, we didn't. Panhandle got it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and humidity, that's great for board games. So clearly you should live in Florida.
Oh, no. I was in Las Vegas. I opened a board game and you could see it shrivel up a little bit as the moisture was sucked out of it.
Don't worry, that happens to all of us here in Las Vegas.
When I go on our packing list, when we go to Dice Tower West, I have to put chapstick on there. I never have used it in my life except at Dice Tower in Vegas. I'm like, something's wrong. What's the moisture? It's coming out of my body. I look like a mummy at the end of the night. It's
For the
sad.
record, once you've lived here for like a month or so, that goes away.
And that's how I feel about humidity.
Okay.
All right, folks. Thanks so much for watching our show. We had a great time. Crystal will be back at some point with one of her brunches. When's the next one of those?
So my brunches are always on the last Sunday of the month. So my next one will be in about a week and a half on October 28th. So it will be before our next Dice Tower tonight.
All righty.
I also did a live stream not too long ago. I did a live playthrough of Fog of Love on the channel, and people seemed to like that a lot. So if there are other games that people would like to see me stream live on the channel, feel free to send an email to crystal@dicetower.com and let me know what games you'd like to see me play.
All right. All right, folks. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Crystal Pisano.
And I'm Eric Summerer.
And you've been watching Dice Tower tonight.
Thanks for watching. Promotional consideration has been provided by game publishers in the form of review copies of games. Tom, Crystal, and I will see you in 2 weeks for another installment. Our show is supported by viewers like you. Thanks. Dice Tower Tonight is produced by Tom, Crystal, and me with assistance from Derek Porter and Rob Siri. That time Arya and Ned helped you track down a magic sword, brought to you by Stark Aid Ya Quest. Timothy Pinkham composed our theme, and hosting is provided by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games at great prices at coolstuffinc.com. Give us your feedback on the Dice Tower Guild at Board Game Geek on Facebook or Twitter, or by emailing us at dicetower@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit the other shows in the Dice Tower Network. Find something new at dicetowernetwork.com. Until next time, from all of us at the Dice Tower, have fun
gaming. Bye, everybody.
What? It's a good day. My day's over, finally.